So Brave is Pixar's latest animation, and it's one that is aimed more at children than it is at adults, in the sense that Toy Story 1, 2 and 3, The Incredibles, WALL-E, I think of them as family films, where adults and children will get different things out of them. It's a wonderful experience for all. I think Brave is aimed more at children. The humour is more simplistic, it's more juvenile, and as a result, I didn't like it as much. It's about a princess who doesn't want to get married and has a domestic with her mother. And the plot doesn't get more advanced than that, and that's a real shame. When looking at it, it seems to take reference from lots of different films. So you see little sprites throughout the film, and I thought, that's a little bit Studio Ghibli. You'll get little sprites that crop up in most of the Ghibli films. And you also, there's some postmodern references that kind of link up with Shrek, and that felt totally out of place with a film that otherwise is quite traditional. It's in Scotland, there's lots of nice Scottish jokes, it's playing on Scottish stereotypes, but beautiful landscapes, that's a positive side of the film. I think I got on very well with the Scottish humour, but to suddenly have sort of quite traditional storytelling linked up with some jokes relating to answering machines, it doesn't fit. It felt more like DreamWorks than it did Pixar or Disney, and that was a shame. In fact, while watching this film, after a while a profound sense of sadness overcame me, because it felt to me as like Pixar has had its day. You used to have a real high quality in Pixar films that you could rely upon, both for the fact that they would be beautifully animated, that they would be funny, but also that they would really pull on the heartstrings. And Brave is kind of funny, it's a kind of a nice story with a nice sentiment to it, but it's average, and there wasn't imagination, there wasn't a sense of wonder. At no point did I think I was watching something great. In fact, for the first half hour, I wanted it to get on with telling the story. You got the character set up that she was quite independent, and that she obviously wasn't interested in getting married, but you had that mixed with joke, scene with her not wanting to get married, joke, scene with her not wanting to get married, joke, and it just got a bit tiresome. So I'm actually feeling a bit disappointed. It's not a bad film. It is pleasantly amusing, it's nicely animated, but for Pixar I expected more, and it was 2010 that Toy Story 3 came out, and now that we've got Monsters Inc. 2 coming out, Finding Nemo 2, I'm really worried about the future of Pixar.